North County. I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking eyebrows, tanning, the Kennedy Club Fitness with Gabby and Nikki with Serenity. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about you guys and how you guys came about working and having your business in Kennedy.
You want to go first?
So I was working out of a studio inside of my home, and I wanted to move into a place where I felt like I could get good traction with clientele, but also kind of do my own thing. And that's when Serenity Spa, I found a location there, and I felt like it was a great fit for me and my clients.
And you do the tanning.
I do spray tanning, yes.
Okay, so you do the spray tanning, and so then tell me the story about getting Gabby to come in there, you know, because you walked in and you said, hey, I need another person in there with me.
I needed another friend.
Yeah, so go ahead. So I started off at Ulta. I was there for 3 years, and then I was ready to do my own thing. And then, Nikki had a spot there, and around the same time we were both looking. So she just kind of was like, hey.
Come on in.
Come on in.
We can pass clients back and forth, but I was already getting my brows done by Gabby, so it was kind of like a benefit for me.
Nikki, so it was like we both were going to each other.
So you guys both used each other's services, and you guys kind of hooked up, and now you guys are at Serenity in Paso.
Yeah.
Right there at Kennedy.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and plus you get all the women that are coming through there, you know, I mean, obviously, even though we have natural sun out there, tanning is really big. I know that, you know, because you can tan like that. You don't have to get burned. You don't have to damage your skin or any of that kind of stuff. And then you with the brows, right?
So I have men and women come in too. So, women and men come in as well. But yeah, I do have a big, following, and we do have...
Right there, huh?
Yeah.
So this is the eyelashes, right?
That is a lash lift.
Lash lift.
Yeah, so we perm your own lash into a curl, so it's like without having to use eyelash curler, you don't have to damage your lashes. It's less maintenance than lash extensions, so you get it done every 4 to 6 weeks.
But it looked like there was more lashes there.
Yeah, because you're lifting it all up. It's all your own lash. So
those aren't they're not implants.
No. They're not implants. They're not like one by one. Like I have lash extensions on.
Okay.
So it's like one by one, but that is just naturally your own. It's like your own lash.
Huh. So, I mean, obviously it looked like there was more lashes. So you're just pulling them out or lifting them up and to make it be more present?
Yeah, there's a little rod you put glue on and you just kind of lift them up and then put a product on it.
No kidding.
It's kind of like when you perm your own hair, same kind of concept.
I don't know anything about that, but I wish I did. So Nikki, tell me a little bit about the tanning. How did you get started with tanning?
So I like to refer myself as a tanorexic. I enjoy being tan. Even prior to spray tanning, I was always laying out in the sun. But I knew, conventional tanning is not safe. I'd lay in a tanning bed, I'd lay out in the sun. I was that person who said, oh, I'll just get my base tan and burn, and then I'll be tan, which essentially, you're just damaging your skin over time.
Right.
And you don't see the effects now until you'll see it later in life. So anyways, I had been getting spray tans from a local lady back in 2010, and I actually have business plans that I was going to start my business back in 2012, but I got married, had kids, and I kind of let it go. And then I started getting spray tans again for events because I was like, I need an instant tan and to be able to go somewhere and look good. And I told my husband, I was like, well, why don't I do spray tanning? I've always talked about that this is what I wanted to do, and it's been my dream. I should do it. So kind of started from there, and then picked up, in 2019, I bought all of my equipment, and I was secretly tanning my friends and trying to hone in on my skills, and then launched in 2020 my business February 11th. 2 weeks later I found out I was pregnant with our second, and then 2 weeks later the world shut down. So relaunched my business in March of 2021.
Wow.
And it's just taken off since then. It's been incredible.
So have you ever had that experience after you got done spray tanning and you went like this, you went
at the very beginning where I'm like,
we're practicing. It'll fade off in a week.
Yeah, like they teach you when you spray tan, like, oh, have the client face their back towards the wall, so if you mess up, they don't see your face. And I was like,
oh, did a visual expression.
Yeah. So then I was like, that's kind of crazy. And then you start to learn, like, when somebody's back is towards you, you're like, that is so. It's not personable at all. Yeah. So it's not how I tan at all. It's not something that I encourage people. So
interesting. And then Gabby, what about you? So how did you get started doing brows and eye lifts and lash lifts?
Oh, so I started I want to say probably 2013. I started off as a makeup artist. So I was working just random jobs, and I was done. I was like, I want to do what I love to do. I don't want to be working, doing jobs that I don't enjoy. So I went and got certified, and I was a makeup artist, and I was able to charge a little bit more since you're certified. And then I was like, okay, makeup is only on the weekends. I'm like, I want to do something in the beauty industry, but I want it to be, more persistent. So then I went to beauty school in 2017, 2018. Yeah, because I graduated in 2018. So then I did that. I was living in Bakersfield at the time. My husband, he was working in Texas, but he was trying to come back. So when he came back, he didn't really have a plan. He's just like, I'm just gonna chill for a bit. And then my brother-in-laws were working here in the area, and they work with a tree company. So he was like, I'm gonna go give it a try. I was like, okay, well, make sure that's what you want, because I do want to move back. All my family's here, but I don't want to leave my clients back there and then come here and not have a clientele. He's like, yeah. So then that was that. Ulta was hiring for a brow artist, and I applied and I got the job. So then I started working there as just strictly a brow artist, and I was waxing brows there, and then I was there for a couple years. I was doing really good. Then COVID happened, and I was like, okay, so we stopped working. And I was like, well, I built all this clientele. I'm like, I can't just let it go. So I was doing house calls during COVID, but I had a different job. So I was working for Daniels Woodland for a little bit. They were doing the
PPE.
Yeah, PPE for the hospitals and stuff. So that I was doing that, and I was working on the side. I could have collected unemployment, but I'm just the kind of person, I'm like, no, I need to work. So then I did that, and then we came back after COVID, but things were just different. They were just asking too much of me and not kind of, yeah. So then I was like, you know what? I'm ready to do my own thing. So I did lash lifts. I was doing brow laminations on the side up until I was comfortable doing it. And then once I left, I was good to go. So I found the spot, and that's when I started doing lash lifts. Brow laminations, which is super popular right now in the brow waxing. So that's kind of how that all went into this.
And then here you guys are at Serenity now.
Yes, yeah. Serenity.
So tell me both, during that time that you guys had to do your, like you said, on the side and going through the back door, going in and doing, tanning and doing lashes, during that whole, world shutdown. Was that weird? Was that or was people just call, hey, we need to get done. We need our stuff.
I believe it was weird times, because you are not sure, am I gonna get in trouble? Am I not? Because
they're putting some pressure on you guys for not doing
to not work. And for me, I very much go off of the comfort of the client. If a client is persistent and wants a spray tan but wants me to wear a mask, I'll wear a mask. We'll do it outside. It's more of their comfort level. I also wasn't advertising. I was pregnant at the time. I was working when somebody wanted me to,
sure.
Essentially at that time. I also had to stop early. I went into preterm labor, so I couldn't continue working throughout 2020.
Wow. What about you, Abby? How was that?
Well, it was same thing. It's kind of awkward because some people have different opinions, and they're like, oh my God, you're going to people's homes? You know what's going on? And you're like, yeah, so it was kind of awkward. You couldn't really tell everyone about it, and you had to kind of be hush-hush about it. So it was kind of weird, but at the same time, I knew I had to do that to keep my business at the end of the day. because those are the clients that I build. And if I didn't do that, I was going to lose them.
Right.
And I knew eventually I wanted to go on my own. So I was like, okay, this is going to be the startup. And literally that's what happened.
Awesome.
Yeah, because after, like, I would still work on the side doing laminations and lash lifts because Ulta didn't offer that. So I was still working outside of Ulta sometimes doing those jobs, those services.
So Gabby, when you say laminations, what exactly is that?
So it's a perm for your eyebrows. So if you have like a thinner brow and you want to get like that fuller, fluffier look, it's like the same thing as a perm for the lashes, but it's for your brows.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is there that much hair to do the perm, or do you just rub stuff on there and then they they expand or something?
Yeah, so like it straightens out your the hair, so it straightens it out a little bit, so it gives it like that fuller look.
Can you do that for like people's heads? That
They do perms for people.
Well, like like the hair isn't coming in fully. We want to make it look fuller. Right?
Well, you can. Well, Hada's coming in, so you can ask her about the perms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you guys are in Serenity. You guys are open. Obviously you guys have different hours, and you work your hours. So, Nikki, tell us about your hours. Tell us how people reach you. How your hours of operation.
So my hours of operation are, reliant on my kids' schedule. I also homeschool. So I work between 10 to 12, Monday through Friday, and then I come back 4 to 9. And I do that because majority of my clientele, they are all getting off work, they're coming in, so they want to come in later. But I do it around my kids' schedule. So that gap in between, if you think that I'm not doing anything, my kids are napping. My youngest is napping. I'm working behind the scenes. That is my alone time with my kids.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
And then what about you, Gabby?
So usually I like to take Sunday, Mondays off. If you need to get in on a Monday, I'll come in on a Monday. Like I'm only 5 minutes away, but usually from 9, sometimes until 7 or 8, just because, like get people in. A lot of my people are in the afternoon, so those get booked up very easily, like they're fast. But I do have my early birds too that like to come in. And some come in after the classes at Kennedy, like around 11:30. So that's just.
And Gabby, I got a question. So what is somebody's biggest fear, or, obviously you guys have to sell your product and sell your business. You know what I'm saying? As somebody that maybe doesn't do, tanning, doesn't get their eyebrows done and stuff like that. I mean, what would be the biggest probably fear of somebody coming in to try your type of business?
They are scared of me taking their brows off. They're used to going to, no tea, no shade, but like to go to like the nail salons, and they usually don't even shape your brows. So they want their brows shaped, not taken off all the way. So I always let them know, no, I love a fuller brow. I'm not going to take more than what you need to be taken off. So that's their biggest fear, is that they're not going to have any eyebrows when they leave.
So they obviously have a vision of what they want their eyebrows to look like after you've done something to them.
Yeah, and then I am very honest with them. Some people want something you can't achieve, and I'm like, it's not going to happen. But we can let them grow, because sometimes they come in and they're like, oh, well, I just tweezed them like so and so. I'm like, well, let's let them grow. Let's wait a month and see where they're at, and then we kind of go on their brow journey that way.
A brow journey. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Nikki, what about you?
I do get a lot of clients that are hesitant because either A, they've been orange, or B, they've never spray tanned at all. I'm very well known to keeping my tans a little bit more on the natural side. I would like people to keep guessing, like, is it a spray tan? Is it natural? And people are shocked when they finally realize. They're like, oh my gosh, you actually got a spray tan. So I do like a full skin evaluation. I'm looking at my client's skin tone undertones. I'm seeing what they fill out on their client evaluation form. And from there, I'm selecting a solution. I custom blend solutions as well. So I make colors that I'm like, okay, we're gonna mix this up and give you either a darker depth, but I will not make anybody look unnatural. So everything is all based on genetics. So I'm kind of like a scientist in this sense. Nice. So I can't take a skin type 1 who's going to be like a redhead, and I cannot make you a skin type 6. That's just not physically possible. So
interesting.
Yeah.
And so is the whole, everybody's seen the Friends episode where Ross, is completely orange brown one side. That's not the way that happens anymore, right?
Well, it can happen, and there's 2 effects to having an orange tan. A, it's oversaturation of the solution. or B, it's the wrong product used. So that's how I let clients know. I'm like, either A, you were probably put in the wrong solution, B, oversaturation, or there's also C, you're probably using the wrong products. Dove products will actually turn your skin orange. So if you're using Dove, throw it away.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean like the soap?
Yes. So there's ingredients.
I think we use Dove.
Yeah, throw it away. It's so gross. Like, it's probably one of the worst ingredients, like out there on the market.
Huh.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
So, like, you know how it's like, oh, skin's so soft? That's like actual wax, and it's on your skin. So your skin feels soft, but you actually have wax on your skin.
Skin so soft, like this.
That's Dove.
Okay.
That's their like motto, like skin
really?
so soft. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. See, I'm learning.
Right?
I'm learning. So, how does people reach you? I mean, is it only appointments? Do they call you? Do they email you? Do you have?
So I have by appointment only. You can text me, you can call, you can social media, DM me. I prefer a text or a phone call is a little bit easier because sometimes I don't get to my DMs very quickly. But yeah, and then I also have a booking website as well. You can go to my website and click the book now, and then it'll take you and show you all the times that I do have available. If you don't see something available, call me or text me, and I will always make it work.
Perfect. And then Gabby, what about you?
Same thing, text, call. I'm by appointment only as well, just because sometimes I am not in, or I have a client I just can't take you in. It's only one of me, so I can't be doing multiple, services. We have the booking site, text, call me. Like she said, I'd rather you text or call me, just because sometimes I won't reply to your DM, and sometimes I'm with the client, I look at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna respond, and I never do, and I leave it open.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, you see my message and you didn't respond back. I'm like, sorry, So that's what I use for booking.
Well, very cool. Mm-hmm. Well, ladies, Nikki, thanks
Nice
for coming
to meet
in.
you.
Gabby, thanks for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Thanks for telling
having
us all about your guys' business. And, obviously we live in this area of, people want to look good, people want to feel good. And obviously that's both of your businesses help to do that, right?
Yes.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Awesome. And they can find you guys at Serenity in Paso Robles next to Kennedy.
Yes.
And you get that perfect, awesome view of the pool.
Oh yeah.
And everything while you're in there.
Yeah, that's our favorite.
The pool's our favorite.
Awesome. Well, ladies, thanks for coming in, and we really appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, there you have it, guys. Make sure you guys reach out to Nikki and Gabby. They are located in Serenity next to Kennedy Club Fitness in Paso Robles for any of their services needs. But as always, guys, we can't do this without our sponsors, and we'd like to thank ours. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Hanson Enterprises, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Story Termite Pest Control, Paso Robles Furniture, 5-Star Rain Gutters, Airflow Filter Services, Borhone Auto Center, Amy and Jamie's Place, and of course, Kennedy Club Fitness, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso, Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
We don't just serve it up, we roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up, all in Atascadero.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers.